So here we are, Easter long weekend, and we're at Mugwera Dam out near Boonah in Queensland. And I suppose I should have anticipated there'd be a heck of a lot of people out here for the long weekend, but not to worry. We're going to go on a bit of a bushwalk today. We're over in the car park section at the moment, which is just off to our left here. To start our walk, we're going to go across the dam wall. We'll take a bit of footage as we go across there. And hopefully, if all goes well and my fitness holds out and time allows, we're going to go all the way up to the top of Mount Edwards, which is up there. Last time I did this was probably 25 years ago. My memories are that great view when you get there, but it's a heck of a lot of work to get there. And so we're just on the dam wall, probably about a third of the way across. You can see the spillway there, quite unusually, there's water coming out of that. First time in probably a decade or more. We've had quite a drought here for a long time. There's water coming out down the bottom through the valley. Picturesque. Down there, there's a recreation park down there, privately run. You just spin around and have a look at the dam itself. So quite a few boats out there. So they're allowed to do water skiing, that type of thing on here, very popular for that. In fact, that little as we're just commencing our climb here, we've just left the dam wall behind, just a couple of minutes. I'll still be able to hear the water rushing behind us. At this point, quite a well-formed track, well made, easy to find, and already we've seen not so many people. Hopefully that'll thin out as we get up towards the top. Not too bad a day, clear weather, bit of cloud, warm without being hot, so good day to be out here. So we're just battling away up for a bit of a steep section here at the moment. You see a lot of rocks, all granite, and we're at around about, at this point, around 240 metres above sea level. According to the GPS, we've risen since we started the dam wall around about 100 metres. So I think we might actually be able to show you guys a little bit of the view. It's better as you get up, but this is the first real break in the bush and the forest canopy we've had. Yes, that's just a little taste. Yes, I've just stopped for a bit of a spell to change out the GPS batteries. And on the subject of GPS, I might as well show you guys which one I'm using. I've got a Garmin Oregon 550. I don't know how well that's going to show up. You can see the compass there's pointing me towards something at the moment. And there's a name at the top. And actually what I'm also doing today is a couple of geocaches. And basically that's hunting down something that someone's left out here. When we eventually get it, if we're lucky enough to find it, I'll show it to you guys. The other good thing about this, it's real mountain goat territory. This is where we're going. Out there, probably 5 metres ahead of me. That's my head height, so it's probably about a 1 in 2 gradient up through here. Yeah, really hard work. I could have been on the couch relaxing, sitting at home. Nah, why would you do that? How boring. So I just thought I'd show you an interesting native plant we've got here in Australia. These are called grass trees. There's probably some fancy botanical name for these things, but damned if I know what it is. You generally find these in the higher elevations. You don't see them down low too much. These are two of the biggest ones I've seen in quite some time. I stand 6 foot 3, and these things are towering above me by probably a good 3 feet. There you can see the new growth's on the top. And basically it's like a giant grass. But the interesting thing of these, if you're out in the bush and you need tinder, maybe take a spark, maybe for your fire, this dead growth down on the bottom, it's really great for that. Although mind you, in the Australian bush there's so much sort of brown stuff around, generally speaking, that getting the fire started is the least of your trouble. Your real problem out here is making sure the fire doesn't spread. Anyway, we're still climbing. We're probably within about 100 metres of that geocache, so click back on, we get in there and try and find it. Okay, so according to the GPS, about 20 metres away from this geocache, we've had to work up the hill a little bit. The main track's off to the left, on the other side of that belt of fickle antenna. It's pretty clear once you get in this side. As I mentioned there before, you see why we don't have too much trouble with finding kindling and tinder and firewood in Australia. The place is just littered with it. And as I say, the key thing is that you don't let your fires get away from you. It's vitally important to have a clear area and keep your fire secure and safe and put it out properly when you get to it. We won't be doing any of that sort of thing today because it's national park and you're not allowed to light fires in national parks. Which is quite sensible really. They don't want it burnt down, I guess. Alright, now 7 metres this way, okay. I doubt it actually, probably off to there. Alright, well, it's around here somewhere. We'll have a bit of a scout around now. What's that over there? That looks suspicious. I think we might have found it. Yep, that looks good. One geocache. Alright. The classic ammo tin. Best thing to put out into the bush. These things just basically last forever. Nice and weatherproof, even reasonably fireproof. Now, for those of my subscribers who are sort of into the life scene and stuff, this is probably something you've never seen before, but this is a geocache. Now in here, find all kinds of swap items and bits and pieces. CD, Squiggle Pippi, never heard of them. Don't think I've taken that. There's always a logbook, just in here. And in that logbook, anyone who's visited here basically writes in when they were here, etc., and pretty much whatever they want. These other things you see are swap items. You can swap things in and out. They've got to be the same value. Someone's left food here, which is a huge no-no. You should never leave stuff like that in a cache. And occasionally you'll find travellers which are tracked items that travel around the world from geocache to geocache, and often they set goals and things, but that's it's just a bit of fun and great way to go somewhere you wouldn't maybe otherwise have gone. So we're just going to fill this logbook out and then continue on up the hill. Yeah, just looking at a lantana bush at the side of the track here, and what I thought was interesting, worth showing you guys, is you can see this particular stalk of it here has wrapped itself really tightly around the trunk of this small tree. And it'll probably eventually take over and strangle that tree. That's where we come from. That's where we're going. This is still steep. It's crazy steep, this place. We're nearly there. And the track's level off a fair bit now, which is great. See a few more of these grass trees on the side of the track, a whole heap of them in there. Still working our way towards the top. Come over just a little bit cloudy. I don't think we're going to get rain, but just taking the glare of the sun off, that's good as well. See if my memory after 25 years is playing tricks. I remember it was pretty damn spectacular. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd say that was worth the climb. Look at that, just fantastic. I'll just get up towards the edge here. I'll brace on this tree because probably we don't want to fall down there. That mountain range you can see out there in the distance, that's the Great Dividing Range. It basically runs all the way down the east coast of Australia, or most of the east coast, and divides the inland coastal plains from, or the coastal plains I should say, from the inland of the country. Further around there, we had a site, is what's known as Cunningham's Gap. It's where the main highway runs up through there, discovered by gentleman obviously called Cunningham. I think his first name might have been John, but don't quote me on that. And yeah, many years ago he found the way to build the road up through there. Well, one way you can often find you at the very peak of a mountain is if you find one of these things, a survey marker. Set into a big lump of concrete. Probably been there for who knows how long, probably since the early 20th century. So anyway, just chilling out here and having a bite to eat. My shirt hanging over there drying, it's just soaked in sweat. Packs there. And what's for lunch? Last night's roast beef on a cheese and bacon roll. Yeah. Tastes good. So good, if I get through the second one. We just finished up lunch up here on the peak of Mount Edwards. For those interested, elevation here above sea level is 565 metres. If you want to know what that is in feet, multiply it by 3, it'll be pretty close. And way down below us there's a camping ground, and that's not far from the outflow of the dam, which we saw before. If we zoom in a little bit, you may be able to just see that river there. That's where the dam outflow is. And as mentioned, you've got that camping ground there. Now, the road to get into that is a dirt road, and then it leads out to the main road that comes into the dam. I might try and stop there on the way out and take some footage looking back up towards here, just to give you an idea of how the Mount Edwards looks from down the roadside. And you can see that line of thick vegetation, that's basically where the river runs. And if it goes out to the distance, there's also irrigation runs off that and everything, but that's the main part of the river there. And very spectacular view. I just turned off the main path before the dam wall on the way back to head to get this other geocache, and this path brings you right down alongside the water, just the other side of the dam wall. You can see the dam through there. And yeah, it's really cool. Nice forest. Very few people come down here. I just thought it was interesting. You think you're at the ocean, but it's not surf. It's not an inland lake here. It's actually the wake from the speedboats driven past. Very soothing sound. I really like it here. This is great. And we'll tack this in, share it with you guys. We're just moving inland. Got to go across a little bit of a peninsula here to get to another little inlet where the cache is. And in the cache description, the guy mentioned about following these bits of pink ribbon, which I didn't expect to find, but sure enough, there they are, marking the trail, and very handy they are too. So I hope that'll make still following these pink ribbons. Not too much further, a couple hundred metres. Had to go a little bit inland and uphill again. Steep. Story of my life today, steep hills. Need to get mates together, get this done. The sun's going down behind that hill there. And in 2 hours time they lock the gates for access across the dam wall. So I should make it plenty of time, but I guess I don't. I'll be staying the night over here. So we're just a few metres away from the cache, and just down there's the little inlet. I've actually visited that a few times when I've been out here skiing by boat, and it's a heck of a lot easier to get to this point by boat than just walking around through there. But anyway, see a couple of boats down in there at the moment. I've already spotted where the cache is. It didn't need to be well hidden, I suppose, but looks like a plastic container. This one, yep, sure enough. And second and final find for the day. A lot of work for 2 finds. But anyway, enjoyed the bushwalking. Get my log filled out and backtrack back to the dam wall. Back on the dam wall. I did make it back before dark and before the gate shut. Very beautiful this time of day. Okay, so as promised, late in the day, here's a shot from down on the road looking back to where we were. And the dam's up between those 2 peaks, Mount Edwards, the one we went to, right there.